Hunter Biden will appear for a closed-door interview, finally facing Republican lawmakers at a critical moment for the impeachment inquiry into President Biden. Here to react, Fox News contributor, and I would argue she knows more about this case than anybody else. For the New York Post, she's a columnist, Miranda Devine. Miranda, your reaction, and what do you think will happen when Hunter Biden does something he says he wasn't going to do, and that is testify behind closed doors?
Hi, Brian. Look, I think people who have been following this will be very interested in the fact that Hunter Biden's going there, and I'm sure he'll turn it into an episode on his Hunter Goes to Washington reality show. He'll have his documentary crew following him. But I'm not really expecting much more than a really self-serving and sort of heartstring-tugging opening statement, which will be immediately leaked by Jamie Raskin and the Democrats for maximum effect. And then I don't think he'll be answering any of those questions that we want him to answer inside about the millions of dollars that he and his uncle got from China and Russia and Kazakhstan, Romania and Ukraine. But we got a kind of a little preview of his opening statement the other day when he gave this interview to Axios, and he basically said something I think is incredibly manipulative. He said that his father's re-election depends on his sobriety. So I guess the entire country has to make sure that Hunter doesn't fall off the wagon, or otherwise, God forbid, Donald Trump.
He was, his dad called in, went to dinner, or was associated with every one of Hunter's deals, which shows when he looked in the camera and said, I have no idea about my son's or brother's overseas business dealings was right. He has to answer questions like, what did I do to get $8 million from China? What did I do to get $6.5 million from Ukraine? What did I do to get $3.5 million from entities in Russia and $3 million from entities in Romania? What was the product? What could he possibly answer to make investigators feel, okay, now I understand?
Well, he'll plead the fifth, but you should be in there, Brian. Those are very good questions. Look, he's got a battery of very expensive lawyers. They'll all be in there trying to intimidate everybody, and they won't let him answer anything. I mean, fair enough, he does actually have two court cases, felony cases on the run in Delaware and in California, so he would be silly to say anything that would incriminate himself, and the tax case covers a lot of this. Although he could talk about Burisma, because he was lucky enough that David Weiss, the US attorney in Delaware, just happened to let the statute of limitations run out on those most serious questions. So, but I think it'll be a bit of an arm wrestle. He won't say much, but those questions will be important to get on the record so that the American people can see when the transcript comes out that he's refused to answer the questions.
And the one thing is pretty clear, it's not over when Hunter Biden testifies. And we can know this for sure. Jamie Raskin's going to come out and said, nothing happened, this is over, there's nothing there, and Republicans lost. They did not read Laptop from Hell, which you wrote, and that's really what this is based on, not an FBI informant on the books for 14 years that seems to have done the wrong thing. Miranda, thanks so much.
Thanks, Brian.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.